Even y'all, the fits right here, grunting. I was watching a YouTube video about Satan crying for Jesus. Then I actually opened the video and it's not that he's crying for Jesus. He was crying because they said the moment when Jesus had actually died on the cross, supposedly he, or I guess, or his, I don't know, his spirit or himself descended, I guess, for a little bit into hell. Supposedly, this is what the video is saying now. But he was crying because when Satan died and went into, I guess, the wherever he went, he kind of destroyed Satan's, I guess, biggest weapon or something like that, death, just by his resurrection. And that's what he was crying. He was sad about. He actually wept that Jesus, I guess, beat death. His, I guess, his biggest enemy against whatever, humanity or anything. That's kind of cool to me. I kind of like that idea. And it got me thinking. I thought about it before. I told people, if Jesus died, think about this now. Most people don't want to die anyway. And some that actually do. However, it so happens they're responsible for their own sins. And apparently there is pain, I guess, associated with dying in sin. And seeing as everybody on earth was born into sin, for starters, how would it be? What could it possibly? I mean, I don't know. How would you imagine one person dying for their own sins if they haven't repented? And you could imagine on a typical day, someone that's say a average Christian may actually still sin at least probably once a day, maybe even, whether they realize it or not, whether it be lusting or, I don't know, fornication, something like that. Whatever it is, the Christians who try to do good have to pray for repentance regularly. Probably because what if it turns out that, yeah, once you die and you judged or whatever else, suppose the more sin you do, the worse it is for you when whatever happens when you die. Like if it's to go to hell, you get like extra if you really bad, as opposed to just those who maybe just didn't do that good. Might not be as bad. Either way, whatever it is, it's still bad. But Jesus died, not only he was sinless, but he didn't die with the sins of one person. He died for the sins of everybody on earth. And not just everybody who's alive, at the time that he actually died, because that was what, like 2000 or so years ago, or almost 2000 years ago. They say it was like 33 apparently when he actually died. But the sins of everybody that's ever lived on earth, you can imagine that. If everybody that was from doing good to doing all right to doing as bad as they really could as far as sinning goes, if it was all piled up, like weighted on the amount of sin that you had committed or hadn't repented for, you can imagine what it is for one person to bear, for one person to deal with. Ain't that something? And then to lift up with all of that from everybody back into life. How strong you gotta be to do that? I ain't gonna figure it out. From an unlimited power source, it's just an unlimited power source. His Father could do anything, and he could do all things through his Father. I don't know if that sounds the same, but anything is in all things to me. It's limited, because if he could do anything, that would mean he wouldn't need his Father. So anything and all things. Something to think about. But for those on the flip side, you think it'd be kind of fitting for the same weighted sins that Jesus died for everybody, to then whatever pain, I guess, associated with all of that, you think it'd be kind of fair that it would be attributed to or given to the one that caused all the sin, to Satan or to the devil? And I think how much, if that really could be how it actually is, maybe that would give you all an idea of how much Satan them actually really hate people who trying to do good, or people who doing good, or doing their best to do good. That would make a good reasoning for why he would actually be such an atrocious, whatever you want to call him, wouldn't it? And it's what, almost 8 billion people or something, I think they say, on Earth now. 2,000 or so years later since Jesus actually originally came here, they say. And how many millions of years they say Earth is, or billions of years old they say Earth is, all the way back to like Adam and Eve them. How many people existed in sin from now and back to then? God really know how to make examples now. Like them old gangster movies, when I always say, when the gangsters walk inside the room and they have their movie, say, "Who's in charge?" And somebody jump up in the back saying something, but me, they in charge. Next thing you know, bam. Next question, who's in charge? And they point to whoever was holding the gun. It's like, y'all in charge. You in charge. Y'all in charge. Suppose that's what it was really like in heaven, when apparently the devil really might have only had an opinion of what? Going down. Alright? I'll try our best to do good. That's all I can say. If you ain't know how, ask somebody. Google it. They call it Chat GPT, or whatever you gotta do. Anything sound good, y'all try do it.